Welcome back to the channel, guys. The Ford Raptor is still here. I know some of you guys thought I would sell it. No. Today is finally the day we are getting some mods fitted to our Ford Raptor. However, I say today. This video was actually filmed almost 2 months ago now. And you might be saying, well, why have you waited 2 months to upload this? Because for the second thing we're gonna do today, I need your guys' help. As well as you might spot some pretty cool, like, little hints for what's coming in the future, so stay tuned. Anyways, as per usual, it is always the most boring of mods that we have to start with, like, for example, our good old-fashioned window tint. So let's jump back 2 months and check that out, as well as our second little secret mod that I didn't tell you guys about just yet. We firstly need to go and get the windows tinted because fishbowl. At the same time, we also have to get a tracking system fitted to this car, just because it's sort of required by the insurance company. So the tint is on, and we are no longer part of the fishbowl club. We actually ended up going with % tint in the front, and I actually didn't tint the rear windows. From the factory, Ford actually has the windows tinted, which meant it was a little bit cheaper for me, which is pretty cool. So take a look at it now. It doesn't make a huge difference, but those front windows no longer fishbowl and definitely 100% legal. Now though, we gotta make our second appointment for this truck. Oh, my door! For some reason, Ford doesn't have Line-X or like a wheel liner on the rear of the truck. So we've got our big beefy like wheel arch and stuff, but in here, it's actually just normal paint. And if you're shooting rocks and stuff, that's gonna ruin that paint and possibly scratch it, and it'll maybe even turn to rust, who knows? And just like that, the wheel arches now have Line-X on them, so that means when I'm doing my burnouts and stuff, which you might have seen if you saw the reveal video, now they won't get all shot up with like rocks and salt and stuff. Perfect. But if you've stuck around to this point in the video, there's one more thing to go and do. So now I did call this modifying the Ford Raptor. However, those two smaller mods, although they're cool and they do make the truck a little bit nicer and more usable, they're not really the type of mod that I know you guys are most looking forward to. I was thinking that I want to do something a little bit bigger with this truck. You might remember back at SEMA, I was hanging out with a bunch of the guys from ADD. For those of you who don't know, ADD is Addictive Desert Designs. They produce some of the best, highest quality bumpers made in America with American steel, and what they do is they make custom bumpers for all of these trucks. Fun fact, actually, if you go into Forza Motorsport 7 and you have the Project Scorpio Xbox One Ford Raptor, that is actually using ADD's bumpers and chase racks and everything like that. It's super, super cool. But no, it's not just the Ford Raptor they make bumpers for. They make bumpers for all sorts of different types of trucks and off-roading stuff like your Jeeps and all of your cool stuff like that. Anyway, so ADD is super, super cool. They make some super cool stuff, and you've probably seen it even though you probably didn't even know it. Anyways, after I got home, we started talking a little bit, and they wanted to hook up the new Ford Raptor with some awesome ADD bumpers for the front and the rear, and that is where I need your guys' help. They make so many different styles of bumpers. They've got Stealth Fighters, Venom, Honey Badger, all sorts of very, very cool stuff, and I need your guys' help to help me pick the best one for my truck. So there are actually some things to keep in mind before we start running to the ADD website and start choosing any and whichever bumper. Sadly, as cool as it would be, and as much as I would like one, I'm not gonna be able to have a winch on this truck. On the Ford Raptors, you can get winches on them. However, when you do, you need to start relocating your intercooler. And although I would have been open to doing that, the last time I modified a car, it didn't go super well. I got some decatted downpipes for this car, and if you don't know what that means, that essentially will make the car completely straight piped and allow the car to do some pretty fun things. You might have heard that my GTR sort of kind of broke. Today I'm going to explain what happened. Anyways, as cool as a winch would be, I don't want to start moving things around in the engine bay because I sort of spooked myself the last time I tried modifying a car, and I do want to do some cosmetic stuff to this thing, like the front bumper, the rear bumper, toss some new wheels on, little things like the window tint, and maybe get an exhaust, but that would be like the limit for me for this particular truck. That's still getting used to that. Anyways, so sadly we won't be able to go and get the cool winch and stuff, and we're not gonna be able to pull. Go! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Thank you. Long story short, I've gone in and I've laid out my 4 favorite front bumpers which follow the rules that I've laid out for myself. I've also gone and done the same thing with the rear bumper as well. These are the 4 options for the front bumper, and these are the 2 options for the rear. Now what I need you guys to go and do is I need you guys to put in the comments, I like front bumper A, and then I like rear bumper E. Whichever one you guys like the most, put your letter there, and then we'll compile the results and figure out which one we should be getting. Now, the best part about all of this is, as you probably noticed, all of those front bumpers have some very, very cool light bars, which I cannot wait to mess around with. I've got these cool auxiliary switches up here that are the most satisfying thing to play with ever. They have the most satisfying click of all time, and when they activate a huge light bar in the front, it's gonna be amazing. One of the rear bumpers actually has something very cool. It's got these little side lights as well, which is super cool. So we can put the side lights up on the auxiliary switches as well, which is dope. I am super, super excited to start modifying this truck and sort of making it my own, because right now and for the past 2 months, it's sort of looked like every other Ford Raptor on the road. And although there aren't many of them, I want to make mine unique, you know? And doing little things like changing the front bumper, changing the rear bumper and stuff like that, it's a very, very easy way to make your thing just look a little bit different and a little bit cooler. So yeah, with that being said, let me know in the comments down below which ones you guys like the most, and then we can add up the results and figure out which one we should get. Can my wipers stop making farting noises? Like, that's one of my favorite things about the ADD bumpers. They make your truck look really, really cool, and they also add some like functionality when you get like big light bars, or if you want to go all the way, get like a winch and stuff. It makes your truck super oh, there's a truck rolling coal. That's an 18-wheeler rolling coal. What's going on? Like, this summer, I want to take this truck up, go up into the wilderness, have a little camping trip, set the thing up, activate the light bars. Nothing crazy, super intense off-roading, because obviously no winch, but go and have some fun with some friends, like up in the middle of nowhere, set a little tent up, and then get the light bars going. I think it would be awesome. Of course, at some point in the future, we're gonna get some nice fancy wheels for the truck. We'll get to that when it comes to it though, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the bumpers. Go check out ADD's website for all of your awesome off-roady bumper needs. Makes your things look so, so much cooler. Thank you so much to them for hooking us up with this opportunity. I cannot wait to see how cool this truck looks in a couple of months. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon with some more Ford Raptor videos. See you guys then. Bye!